right, we are back a day after. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're back updating my predictions, and you're probably like, Jay, why are you updating your predictions a day after? I mean, this is like, what changed? Kabam Mike tweeted at me. He was like, dude, this is a great start, but stop staring at the roster map. That's not what to do with the narrative. Not what to do with the narrative roadmap this year. We didn't really build that map to correlate with the narrative. So pay attention to the stream. Pay attention to Tyler. So I'm going back to my other, like, yesterday's video I talked a lot about, like, okay, this is who I'm picking because of the map. Because, like, I can't justify a lot of these characters that might fit what he's saying, but maybe that's not necessarily true because they have to fit the map. But that thinking was flawed to begin with. So I feel a lot better with these predictions. I obviously changed April through June. Because thematically they just make more sense. Specifically May, I wanted to go more Deadpool route, but I was just like, I feel like both of those May characters, Silver Sable and Mystique, I was like, I think they're planned, dude. I feel it in my bones that they're planned. But and same with Bastion and Dakin, but I just think I'm thinking it way too early. So I'm glad that kind of get the opportunity to go a direction that is still vague, very vague. I mean, the Kabam have said that they made this vague on a reason. They're like, you guys, the community is too good at guessing. Dude, man, it's awesome. Okay, we're gonna break this down. So we're gonna stick with March of Champions, the blank and the blank. It could be obviously Beauty and the Beauty and the Beast, which I think it's just Beauty and the Beast, but the Beauty and the Beast makes sense. It could be the Witch in the Wardrobe. I don't know, something I'm thinking about. It could be the torch and the hair. They specifically said Asgard magic, which could be the tree being Asgard magic, or it could be Enchantress having Asgard magic, or it could be Bearded Bill having Asgard magic, because technically he's kind of like Jane, where he gets power of Thor because of power of Odin. So I'm interesting to see what that is. That's the only direction my brain can think of when we're talking on stream. So if there's another option, let me know. But I was like, only like what? Maybe Agatha wants the tree. Maybe Morgan Le Fay wants the tree. She even knows Asgard magic. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm okay with those picks. I'm okay. Like, I don't have to justify them on the map, so that makes me feel better. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go to April. I obviously swapped out the tech character from Spear Spider-Man now to Prowler. Obviously we talked about Lizard and Wizard. I still don't feel good about Lizard and Wizard. I don't know. It just feels like such weird. Like, here's a Fantastic Four guy, and here's a Spider-Man villain, and here's the same month, and it's like, yeah, they do have similar names because he said they've never had two similar of a name in the same month. Hobby Brown and Hobby Brown? Come on. Two April characters named Hobby Brown. Two variants of each other. I think that'd be really cool. Prowler is someone I kind of neglected yesterday, so shout out to the guy. Shout out to everyone who shouted out Prowler. But Spider-Pugs makes sense. They said Jax's birthday. They said it has to do with the multiverse. They said it has to be them being invited to a party that they want to leave because it's not what they thought it was. Invited to the Battle Realm. Maybe they made two invitations for Hobby Brown, or one invitation to Hobby Brown, and it got sent to every Hobby Brown. And then, obviously you get you get one Spider-Punk, you get one Prowler. Or maybe a Hornet. Who knows, really. But yeah, I'm okay with this. They never said which Prowler we'd get in the contest. When we had the Summoner's Choice, I think Gabe Frizera said we would do a combination of both of them. So they could clearly make it Hobby. Yeah, and change the tune of that month. I think that would be really cool. Change the tune, maybe change the date, or change the name, or change the spelling. Could be something. Lizard Wizard could. I don't know. I just feel like Spider-Punk and Prowler does make sense. Or again, could just be a totally different misdirection, man. But I don't know, man. We'll see. 2 years in a row we've gotten Spider-Verse events in April, so it does make sense. All right, we're gonna go to May. Now, May, I feel way better about picking Deadpool characters because I really wanted to, but like I said, I couldn't put them both on the map. So we're going Negasonic and Gorilla Man. If you guys don't know, Deadpool 3 was originally supposed to release in May of this year. Same, we're talking about July as well. I think these are both MCU events, May and July, because kind of like last year, we kind of got an MCU character like the month after their original movie date. I predicted Captain Photon with the MCU Captain Marvel too. So I think Negasonic makes sense. You know, Deadpool character, buddy cop vibe. Mercs for Gold, both Mercs for Gold. Mercs for Gold was an MROC on the Sailor Bar map 2 years ago, so Negasonic would make sense. Gorilla Man, also a Mercs for Money character, and yeah, the mutant character I feel good on because she's kind of the only mutant. There was another mutant, I think it was Maverick, I believe, but he hasn't had a mutant. He hasn't been a mutant in 20 years because Scarlet Witch stole his powers and he's never gotten it back. So I'm okay with Negasonic being the mutant class. Gorilla Man, I think, would be the coolest skill character out of all the Mercs for Money. But you know, Slapstick would be interesting. Maybe Madcap. He was kind of the villain of the Mercs for Money in the first Mercs for Money. And maybe that makes sense why Tyler would be switching hats so many because he's like, oh, this is Madcap. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure on that one, on Gorilla Man, but I think he'd be the coolest one and just add to like Hitmonkey and all the animal themed champions. I think it'd be awesome. All right, we're going to move to June. June. You guys saw me yesterday, man. I was like, I would have picked North Star Arcade. Like, if you watched my stream, I literally ended by switching North Star Arcade for Dakin and Bastion because Dakin and Bastion just fit the map way better than North Star Arcade. And so now that I don't have to really justify the map positions, I can just go on the theme of the tease, which obviously was all fun and blank, all fun in games, a Mutant Alpha Flight member specifically, which actually only North Star and his sister in the original Alpha Flight were mutants. No one else was. Nope, like Puck, Shaman, and Snowbird were never mutants. Obviously, Guardian isn't either. Neither is Sasquatch. So you guys, like, it makes sense to be North Star. I do hope, like, maybe in his FP3, his sister shows up, like the Wonder Twins. I think it'd be really awesome. And he also said Tyler has a tech action figure of the villain. If you know Tyler, I think Tyler would more likely have an arcade figure than Bastion. Because he's worked on Forced to Fight, you know, Transformers. Because he's got to be in the robots, right? So I think Arcade would make sense because Arcade builds murder bots, he builds Murder World, very circus themed, Death Trap themed. He becomes like takes over Manhattan, which he's done before. Yeah, like the only option I can think of is like maybe Egghead because Egghead is a villain of the Alpha Flight, and does make robots as well. And you know, he said reference to the Brim, which I think North Star and Arcade would have more references to the Brim. Just a lot of stuff. I could see a lot of circus themed stuff, a lot of X-Men stuff. Like, I don't know, like this one I think I'm pretty happy with. If it's a totally misdirection, I'd be really intrigued to, but we'll see. All right, and finally, I'm keeping July's pick. Just like Deadpool 3, you know, original releasing in May, July original release date was Captain America 4. So I'm pretty happy with this. They literally say Stern and Blank prevail. The leader's last name is Stern, right? So it makes sense, science and skill. The leader in Patriot, I've had one of my predictions for like 2 years. So I'm very happy they can finally be be in a month. And they said Chioth has to do with it. Chioth, an original character who has to do with healing gamma mutants, mutates. And a Prison Break, the Raft, the leader is in the Raft. Like, come on, it's perfect. Like, I don't know. July is the most I'm confident on. B-Ray Bill, I'm pretty confident on too. But a lot of these could be misdirections, man. They made these vague on a purpose, man. They were like, you guys are too good. We can't give you comic covers. We can't give you comic pages. We can't we can't follow patterns. So they broke a lot of patterns, man. They're getting too good. They're getting too good. But I feel a lot better with these predictions, honestly. We'll see, you know, what gets right, what gets wrong. And if you guys have changed your predictions, let me know now that we don't have to justify it on the map. And the map is cool because at least we can, like, look forward to probably Mystique next year, you know, maybe Silver Sable next year. And then maybe the Deathless actually do fit on the map. So it's something to think about, too. And maybe we'll have to do a whole discussion on the map. And maybe instead of looking for the empty spots, we look for the side spots, kind of how, you know, White Tiger was on the, like, White Tiger, Chioth, and Bullseye were added to the map that weren't mystery spots. So it's just something to think about. But that's going to be it. You know, thanks, Mike, for the tweet. I appreciate that because I'm driving my brain crazy trying to put everyone on the map, and I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.